All right, so simplifying expressions. Simplifying expressions. Simplifying expressions, okay? So let's go to the worksheet. Let's go to number 1. Number 1 says minus 6k plus 7k. Okay, so when we look at this, we're going to look and see that I have both of these terms share the same variable, the same variable k. Okay, so this is basically the same as this. Okay, because if you distribute this out, what do I get? I get negative 6k, right? And then if I distribute this out, I get 7k, which is the same thing I have over here. Okay, so not that you have to do it this way, but this is the way you should think about it, right? I have negative 6k's here, and I have 7k's here, so I'm going to add those two together. So negative 6 plus 7 is 1. I have 1 times k, which is the same as k. Okay. Number 2 is a little bit different.
Mr.
In this one, I have this term contains r. There are no r's here, and there's no r here, right? These two are just numbers. They're just constants, right? So this is the same as 12r minus 8 minus 12. Minus 8 minus 12 is minus 20. So this is where most of you were doing something weird. Okay, 12r minus 20. This one contains r. This one contains no r. You cannot combine these two together because they're two different terms. This one, again, contains a variable. This one does not. Okay, so this is as far as you can go. This is the answer. Okay, you cannot go any further. You cannot simplify any further. Okay?
Mr. On.
Yes.
This is Logan. I have a question.
Okay.
What if you got 100? If you got 100 points on the test? I mean the quiz.
If you get 100 points on the quiz, you get 100 points on the quiz. I don't understand what the question is.
I mean, what if you got full credit?
What?
What if you got full credit on the quiz?
On the previous quiz?
The one you're reviewing right now.
Yeah. Then you get full credit for the quiz. So whatever you get today is going to be your quiz score. Does that make okay? Do you understand, Logan, what I'm talking about here?
No, I'm saying, what if, as I already got 100% on the quiz, do I need to retake it or what?
On your initial quiz score?
Yes.
Your initial quiz score is not 100%.
Then why does it say that?
Why does it say what?
Why does it say I have 30 out of 30?
Okay, I erased all the scores. Your initial test, okay, you are one of the few that one of them that I graded, and you did not get 100% on the original quiz.
Well, it shows that I have 30 out of 30.
Okay, let me.
I mean, both on RenWeb and on Google Doc. I mean, not Google Docs, but on the Google Classroom.
Did you look at it right now?
I mean, I can
Okay, so you're
refresh it.
looking at the number 2 quiz review.
Yeah, Chapter 2 quiz review worksheet.
Yeah, this is the worksheet we're talking about right now.
I've got 30 out of 30 right now.
Yeah, so you'll keep that on you. That's a homework score. That's not the quiz score. There's a difference between the quiz and the quiz review worksheet.
Oh, okay.
Are we good now, Logan?
I guess.
No. So we're going to take a quiz later on today. That'll go into your quiz score. The score that you're seeing is the quiz review worksheet.
What's the quiz called that we are taking?
The number 2 chapter 2 quiz.
So this right here.
What right here? What?
So then how many points was the quiz?
The quiz is going to be 30 points. So what you're confusing is that the 30 points that you're seeing on the Google Doc is the 30 points of this, because there were 30 questions on your worksheet. Are we good
Okay, never
now,
mind
Logan?
then. Never mind. Don't worry.
Okay, you're confusing the homework with the quiz here, okay? All right, so number 3. Let's go to number 3. N minus 10 plus 9n minus 3. Okay, so here we have 4 different terms. This one has an n, and this one has an n. So these two we have to combine. So let's rewrite this to look like just the n's, and I'm going to pull these back on the end, and it's going to look like this. Okay, so these two I can combine because they both have an n. These do not have any n's, so I cannot combine them with these. So I have n, I have 1 n here, I have 1 n here, and I have 9 n's here. So 1 plus 9 is 10. I have 10 n's. Then over here, I have negative 10 minus 3, which is negative 13. Again, now at this point, I have n's here. I don't have any n's here, so these are 2 different terms. I cannot combine these together. This is where it ends. This is where we're done. This is the final answer here. Okay? Number 4. Negative 4x minus 10x. So here now I have 2 terms, but they both contain an x. So they are the same term. So I can go ahead and now combine these 2 together, right? So it's going to be negative 4 minus 10. So it's minus 14x. Okay. 5 is the same thing. I have negative r minus 10r. I have negative 1r here, right? It's the same as 1r, or r is the same thing. So I have negative 1 minus 10, but they both have r's, so I can combine them to say negative 11r. Okay? So let's go down to number 12. I'm going to skip to number 12. N plus 4 minus 9 minus 5n. Okay, now on this one, I have these 2 that have n's. So I can combine these 2 together, right? So it'd be n minus 5. I'm just rewriting it at this point. Plus 4 minus 9. Okay, so now I can combine these together. I have 1n here minus 5n. So 1 minus 5 is minus 4. So I have minus 4n. And here I have 4 minus 9, which is going to be minus 5. Okay, so this is as far as I can go, right? Again, this has n. This does not have an n, so I cannot combine these together. Okay? Let's go to number 13. $12r plus 5 plus 3r minus 5. Okay, so here I have an r here, I have an r here, so I can combine these 2 together. These do not contain any r's, so I can combine these 2 together, right? So I'm going to have 12r plus 3r. I'm going to have 5 minus 5. 12R plus 3R is 15R. And 5 minus 5 is 0. So this is what I end up with. That's the answer. Okay. Let's go to number 14. I have -5 plus 9n plus 6. So in this one has an n. These two do not. Okay. So I'm going to just keep the n because I can't combine that with anything else. Then I have -5 plus 6. So this is the same as 9n. I do this, -5 plus 6, I get plus 1. Okay? Now I cannot combine these together. This is it, right? Because this has an n. This does not have an n. I cannot combine these two together.
Mr. On.
Hello? Yeah.
This is Pastor. Are we still gonna have homework, the 2.4, 2.5?
No.
Okay.
Good question, though. Okay, let's go to number 21. Number 21, -4 plus 7, 1 minus 3m. Okay, now in this one, we have the parentheses. So we have to do the parentheses out first. So I'm going to get -4 stays the same. Now I'm going to do this guy out. I'm going to get 7 times 1, which is 7. I'm going to do this guy, 7 times -3m, so it'll be -21m. Okay, so now I can combine it, right? Now it becomes a question that the ones that I was doing before. This one has an m, these two not, so I can combine these two together. -4 plus 7 is 3, minus 21m, and I'm done because I have an m here, no m's here. I cannot combine these together, okay? 22, -5n plus 3 times 6 plus 7n. Okay, again, I have to do the parentheses out first. So I'm going to carry the -5n down, plus 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 7n is 21n. So what I have here, I have an n here and I have an n here, so I can combine these two together. I have -5n plus 21n. Then I have this guy all by itself. Goes like that. So I have -5n plus 21n. So -5 plus 21 is 16n. Plus the 18 just comes down from here. And I'm done because I have an n here, no n's here. Okay? Okay, so let's do a couple more of these. Let's do 24. 10 minus 5 times 9n minus 9. So the 10 comes down. I gotta do these two. -5 times 9n, -45n. I multiply -5 times -9. So I have a negative number times a negative number, so it becomes a positive number. 5 times 9 is 45. 45. This one has an n. These two do not, so I can combine these two together. So this one just stays the same, minus 45n. I have 10 plus 45, which is 55. Okay? 25 9a plus 10 times 6a minus 1. So this is the same as 9a comes down. I have to do the distributive. I'm going to get 10 times 6a, which is 60a. And I have 10 minus 1 is minus 10. So I can combine these two together, right? 9a and 60a, because they both contain an a. So that's going to be 69a. And then this one stays the same, minus 10. I have one that contains an a, one that does not, so I'm done. Does everybody have any questions? Does everybody kind of understand what they were doing wrong? Okay. I was seeing a lot of this. On the test, I was seeing a lot of this is the same as, well, 69a minus 10, so it must be 59a. And that's not true, right? You understand why we can't do this? Because this does not have any a's, right? You can't just combine these two together, right? You can't do that. Okay? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? No questions? Okay, let's do one last one together. Let's do 23. I have negative 2n minus 9. Minus 9 minus 10n. Okay? So I have a minus here, but what am I missing? There's actually a minus 1 here, correct? So I'm going to have to do these guys out and these guys out first. So I get negative 2n. I have minus 1 times 9, which is minus 9. I have minus 1 times minus 10n. Minus and minus, so it becomes positive. Positive 10n. Now I can combine these two together because they have two, both of these have n's. Negative 2 plus 10, so it's 8n minus 9. And we're done because I have an n here, no n's here. Okay? No more questions? Are there any questions before we go take the test?
For number